Welcome to the Activity Call Live. Now let's hear it for our special guest host, Alex Abuyuan.
I'm very excited to share with you folks that exemplify the idea of mental toughness and the idea of overcoming to become. They've gone through stuff. Maybe you guys can relate to them. I know I can in so many ways, and that's why I chose them. So I got to know Sabrina and Marni when I was doing hotspot meetings in Orlando. And they were just really starting to get their business off the ground. It was really great because they always had excellent questions for me. And they have, an awesome upline anyway. But I was very humbled that, that they were willing to ask me questions and, some really great questions. I mean, I was like, wow, these people know what they're talking about, and they really were asking the right questions. And I couldn't have been more impressed. And as I saw them rise up through the ranks last year, it was like, maybe it was something I said, but I wasn't taking any credit by all means. But, I really couldn't be more proud of y'all. And when I saw you guys up on stage on NatCon, it was, I remember back to when you guys were asking me questions in Orlando, and it was like, wow, when you actually do what we recommend, right? And you get around the people, and you hang out at meetings, and you put the work in, like it works. So tell us about your story. Like what did y'all go through? And, it's very unique to have a mother-daughter build this thing together. And that's what I've been really impressed with. It's y'all could work together. And I've seen such a transformation, particularly in you, Sabrina. I just couldn't be more impressed with your transformation and what you've done, going to school for nursing, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then accomplishing that, but then still continuing in the business. I mean, it's incredible. So, let her rip. Tell us what types of things that you guys had to overcome to become.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, Alex. And we were totally appreciative when we got the call that you wanted us to speak with you. And I was like, wow. So thank you.
You're welcome.
When you asked us to talk about perseverance, right? I looked up the word. And the word was persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. And I figured, I guess, yeah, we have persevered for sure. And we have our story, but more importantly is, I think what everybody thinks while they're sitting in those seats in the audience is, wow, look at those people up on stage. Like they got hit with the good luck fairy and they just showed up there. And the most prominent thing that I ever took away from an event was our first event, when I realized everybody on the panel, all the board members, everybody higher up, I was like, wow, they were all broken, busted too. Nobody just showed up there. And I think that's important to get across before going into like what we had to incur, because everybody has to endure and incur, right? The only difference between the people on that stage and Sabrina and I and Pablo and everybody else is that we persevered and we didn't quit. Most people just give up and quit, and you can't succeed when you quit. So you're right. Sabrina and I have a super close relationship. A lot of people don't understand that relationship because they don't understand where we came from. That literally when about Sabrina was 16 years old, our life fell apart. We were getting a divorce. My marriage, her father, very abusive. I finally was getting a divorce. My mom died that year. We lost our business, our house, our best friends, all of our extended family, my home, everything. We had nobody. It was just the two of us. Well, I have another daughter, but she was not living with us at the time. So she was more out of the picture. So it was Sabrina and I lifting me off we always joke, do you need the closet? Because that's where I used to go to cry. Okay.
Wow.
So we lost everything and we had to start over. Just the two of us. I had no idea what to do. My mom had died, like I said, but I wasn't able to work because I was not paying alimony to my ex-husband. So we spent all that. We sold the house. We bought an RV, moved into that, 5 dogs. I think at that point it was 4 dogs.
Wow.
And 2 of us in an RV.
And a bird.
And a bird.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
when Pablo was saying he had 5,000 in the bank, which he didn't think, we literally had nothing. We had credit cards on the table trying to
do the floors and the carpet and everything
so we
to
could sell a house. Okay.
Wow.
And then the sale almost didn't go through and they called to say it wasn't going through. And we're like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do now? We have no money. We have an RV to add to the boot and our house. But all that went through. So we had to really get going. And it's really hard when you're in that situation and people are telling you to invest more and spend more. And you're literally like, where? How? And that's where our house came into play. Like, okay, let's just get out from under our house. And my house was paid off. So it gave us the income to be able to buy the leads, to set up our office, and everything like that. And we had to start something new. A little bit before that, I somehow got into insurance before Jason found me.
Oh, really?
Jason didn't give up on me. And I was with a really bad company. We don't have to name them. And he finally convinced me to move forward and work with the Alliance. My daughter used to say to me, well, what's the other option? Going to work for $15 an hour at Starbucks? And I'm like, oh my God, I really have to make this work. So we were having family reunion in Burlington. And I begged Sabrina to go with me, that I didn't want to go alone. I just didn't want to do it. I was scared. Just go with me. I don't care what you do there. Do your schoolwork, sit in the thing. There's food included. So I bought you your ticket. Just come with me. And thank God she did, because that really changed our entire life. So I'll let her tell a little bit of the story, but she came with me. And by the time we left, we're driving home. And all of a sudden she turns to me and she says, I think I can do this. And I literally turned to her and said, do what? And she said, insurance. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't even know you were listening. So she came back and decided. I made her graduate school because she got so far in her nursing degree. I didn't want her to ever look back and think that she fell short. And we're not quitters. So finish your degree. And she started working part-time, and we decided we were going to build this business.
Well, I'm not sure if you mentioned that you bought my ticket, but I had to pay for the hotel and all the other travel right on my credit cards.
I didn't have any money. I was so broke. And talk about keeping up appearances. Nobody knew.
Wow.
As far as they knew, I bought an RV because I thought it would be fun. They didn't know we were absolutely broke. And I have downlines to this day that they're like, did that really happen? And I'm like, yeah, well, you didn't tell us. I'm like, well, how could I tell you that?
Yeah.
I'm the system works. I know it works. And like Pablo said, you have to have faith. You have to have faith. You have to just jump in. And I knew Andy was successful, right? Nobody can deny that. Jason's successful. Those are the two people I'm talking to. Who am I to say that's not going to work?
Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, I did. Because Jason's like, it's the biggest joke. I was making 67 dials and thought it was full time. And I said, it doesn't work, Jason. This doesn't work. And I said, you know what? I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to do exactly what you said and show you this doesn't work. And lo and behold, it works.
Wow.
But from there, it wasn't easy either. Right? So from there, there's ups, there's downs. I mean, you have to endure and keep going through. Nobody gets from point A to point B without any adversity.
And things weren't smooth sailing even after we sold the house, bought an RV, and then bought another house. I mean, we ran out of money again. So,
oh, wow.
I mean, you try to invest. It's a game of investing as much as you can in your business, but also, you can't break the bank. But we're very good at trying to invest almost everything we can back into our business. If that's through the estate planning, if that's through, we were doing Medicare leads, the Alliance leads, like we were just doing everything. We do like the life insurance, Medicare, recruiting, we invest a lot into, and just really doing everything. And I think that's what has made us successful of doing everything, sell, recruit, and build. We don't focus on one thing.
Yeah, that's one thing that I definitely have been tracking you on, and as you're building your team. The one thing that we talk about all the time is you need to be a copy worth duplicating, right? And you guys have been doing everything right, and you're building a team of people that are doing things right. Probably the most important one is you're overcomers. You have persevered. Imagine modeling that for your team, and they follow your example of perseverance. So, man, that's awesome story. And you guys were recognized on stage. Tell us at NatCon, what was the award?
Yes, we were number 10 in annuity sales, as well as number 10 in recruiting. And I believe we were very close to number 10 in producing as well, but you don't get on stage for number 11.
Yeah.
So,
And that's rocking. I mean, geez, had being in multiple categories, and then you started the estate planning program, right, this year?
yeah. Again, you have to have faith, right? So Andy brought this new system to the Alliance. Now, you have to have a lot of faith because this is not only a big investment because you have to put money out and pay for the seminars and outlay that until you start seeing results. But we decided we were going to do it, and we did it. And we do that actually with Daniel Dana and Robin Paw. And we decided, well, we're going to do this. We're all, broken, busted. Let's put our money together and let's see if we can make this work. And let me tell you, I've never been part of a more fantastic team. I have run and owned businesses my entire life, and it's so cohesive because each member of us brings something the other does not. We have 2 beavers, which is perfect because I am no beaver. Okay, so Danny and Sabrina keep us organized. Robin and I handle a lot of the selling and the talking to people. And it just has been working so awesome that I can't begin to tell you. I mean, it's been a saving grace. But that too, at the beginning, it's not like you have a seminar and all of a sudden the money starts rolling in. Right? So we're doing a phenomenal job. You probably saw, you saw Robin, Paul, Caroline, Paul, Danny, us all up on the stage, in sequential order.
Yeah.
But you don't see, what people don't know is that when we do that, we split everything.
Yeah.
So all of our numbers is really only a third.
Wow, that's crazy.
Robin's number is really only a third.
That's awesome.
Danny's number is only a third. So if you put that together, that's highly successful. We're making it up there on a third.
For sure.
But
That's
why
great.
fix what's not broken, right?
Right. That's awesome. When I think about that, the power of community, the power of a team, how can you fail when you got everyone rowing in the same direction, right? And you pick each other up, you use your strengths where they work. And I think that's the power of you guys putting it together. Isn't it hard to go out alone? Like, I can't imagine anyone trying to do this alone. And I think what's great about what you've done is you've shown how you can work as a mother-daughter team and then build another team that has been able to accomplish what you've been able to accomplish. That's rocking.
It's not easy. I said that we should do I messaged Tia that I think we should do a talk about that at one of the conferences because a lot of people bring on their kids or trying to bring on their kids. I have one daughter that I'm trying desperately to get involved, and she just is not motivated by it. Meanwhile, she sees how Sabrina and I are succeeding.
Yeah.
Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would be where I am today and the growth that we expect for next year.
Yeah.
The other day, Jared and Rachel were over and we're talking about, how we do our seminars and all that stuff. And we were walking down the hallway at our office and Sabrina was in front of me. And I turned to Rachel. I said, see, this is what I was talking about. Look what I have done for my daughter. Look what I have created for my daughter. I said, this really isn't as much for me. I'm already in my late 50s. I'll be around for a little while, but look what I created. I didn't leave her a life insurance policy. She is a I do have life insurance, but she is a successful businesswoman with a thriving business, making more money than more people make in a year or 2 years. She's making in a month.
Yeah.
I mean,
Amazing.
I think it's amazing that we do that, and I think it should be addressed, but it's tricky. I mean, I don't know why I can't get my other daughter going.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? Your kids, they look at you, they kind of take you for granted at some level, and, they have to see it from someone else. And then again, our business is not for everybody.
No.
So,
I tried. I brought her to NatCon and what was the last one?
It wasn't Breakthrough, National Boot Camp.
National Boot Camp. I brought her. I figured that might work like it worked with Sabrina. It did a little.
But the great thing with this business is it's everything, every aspect of your life. You're going to, if you stick with it and you listen to the coaching, not even on a business professional level, but you were talking about my success outside of the business of losing 110 pounds, getting my teeth straight, just taking care of myself better. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't being drilled into my head like you deserve more. You are beautiful. You are this, and create that for yourself. It was always in my control to do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you look fantastic on stage, by the way. I mean, I meant to tell you right there. I did text you, but
it was actually hidden secret. I was very sick when I was there too.
Oh my gosh.
She spent the whole weekend in the hotel room and only came out because she was going to drag her dead body across that stage for those awards.
I persevered. I got a IV with fluids in it.
Oh my gosh.
So sick.
Hey, well, if you didn't wear that dress, you probably would have just you look great. And you said something very powerful there, and I want to amplify it. You felt like you deserved better. Your self-image, what happened was your self-image grew because of what you accomplished in the business. And when your self-image grows, it will reflect in your outward image to other people. And it happens. It's amazing how it happens. But when the insides change, the outside will change, right? Mm-hmm. But it has to start inside. So
yeah, but people have to know that everybody has those things inside of them. Everybody. Nobody just wakes up one morning and they're there. And Absolutely. It's scary. It's scary for everybody. I mean, here we started estate planning at the very beginning. There was no proven results. Right. There was nothing. We didn't know practically what to do beyond seeing Scott Garcia do it. And as Belle says all the time, it's like we paved the road. We got smacked in the face. We fell down. We got up. We failed miserably. But we stuck with it and built something just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And anybody can do it. And it's not less scary. If you need to get a teammate, get a teammate.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you need to do. But it does work. I'm proof. I show everybody what we're doing and our numbers. Here's the proof. You want to do it? You don't want to do it. That's up to you. But I can tell you now that it works. We had to do it and we didn't even know it worked.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you for being guests on here. I think you've inspired a lot of people to understand that it is within their own power to take advantage of this incredible opportunity. And you guys are excellent examples. So thanks for being on the call.
Thanks for having us. I need to dispel two misconceptions, though. One, Sabrina and I do separate and do have separate lives. People say we always see you together. Okay. That's because we do work together and live together, but we have separate lives. And the other thing is we do have arguments. We do have a mother-daughter relationship. Okay. It's not perfect.
That's
we just
great.
Work together and endure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.